Jambo Ma Africa, thank you so much for tuning in on King Says So. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm listening to Julius Malema's press briefing now of the economic freedom fighters at the Winnie Madikizela house. And I told you guys what he said now. South Africa is at the verge of having the first useless Afrikaner president since the dawn of democracy. And if we are not careful as Africans, if we don't want to unite, we're going to be having ourselves in a space where we are not going to be able to even explain to the rest of Africa why is it that we cannot unite. Julius Malema is asked about the motion of no confidence against the Minister of Finance from the Umkhonto we Sizwe political party. But he responds by saying, listen, if they were serious, they would rather raise a motion of no confidence against the president. And he says, in that motion of no confidence, we, the EFF, will fold our arms if the ANC does not want to listen to us. And if we don't vote with the ANC, the other parties will vote the ANC out. And that is so true. Why is it that us as African people cannot unite? Why is it that the ANC continues with its arrogance? Let's talk about that, Paseta, and much more. Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Says So. I'm your host, Kagiso Hlongwane Zinjiva Sono, and we're back at it again with another one. And I just want to cover, as I'm listening to the media briefing of Julius Malema, and I was thinking to myself, oh my God, we are in trouble. We are in trouble. Okay, 4 days to go to the gala dinner. Everybody that wants to come to the gala dinner is welcome to do so. We are having an exciting time organizing this gala dinner so that it can be one of the best gala dinner that you have ever seen when it comes to African unity. African unity is very important for us. So go to www.paseta.co.za to purchase your ticket. Your last few tickets, ladies and gentlemen. Your last few tickets. And then we will see you at Eden Estate Guest House here in Kimberley in Southridge. So Julius Malema, guys, just imagine John Steenhuisen being the president of South Africa. Just imagine John Steenhuisen with his matriculant being a president in South Africa. And it's not about matric, it's just the character of the man. He knows nothing about politics. He was parachuted when Mmusi Maimane left because they wanted a blue-eyed boy to be there on the space of the Democratic Alliance. The Democratic Alliance could not hide their racism anymore. So the white voters in the DA wanted a white president, and that's what they got. But from Helen Zille to Mmusi Maimane, and now back to John Steenhuisen. Now, Julius Malema said something that I've been saying on this channel. If we don't unite as African people, if we unite only when it suits us, I think that's the important thing I want to say, because that's what Julius Malema basically is saying. If we unite only when it suits us, we're going to find ourselves in a place where, like I said, we will not be able, like South Africa will be the joke of Africa. Like we will be the biggest joke in Africa. Why? Because of the arrogance of the ANC. The arrogance of the ANC. Listen to what the president, Cyril Malema, said.
On the budget process, they always shout and scream and insult us, say all manner of things. And when it is difficult, they run to us. Just now, in Ikuruleni, there was a motion of no confidence against the mayor. EFF must come now. But when things are nice, now we must look at how we remove the EFF and. So, and I want to warn you that this country will have a white president. This country will Steenhuisen as a president if the ANC is going to behave the way it's behaving. Because the motion of no confidence will come, will vote with the DA, mobilize all those who can mobilize, we vote together with the DA against the president. And then when it is time to elect a president, we abstain. And the ANC loses. We abstain. And this we told them in 2016, they never believed it. It's going to happen in South Africa now, you'll see. With this kind of attitude by the ANC, the arrogance of the ANC, even when it is being humbled, is still acting in an arrogant manner. We told them in 2016, you are going to lose metros. They thought we were playing. We went into those things. The DA nominated their people. We abstained. They finished them. When they were voting with us, the ANC, they win. But when they don't vote with us, they lose. That's where the road started. That's where the decline started. That's why the decline started. The decline started in 2016 when they lost the metros. And then the whites took the metros because of this reactionary attitudes of devil and fire. Yeah? So it's going to happen. If they're not going to change their attitude, be rest assured, we're going to fold our arms where they will be needing us and they will lose. I can tell you this without any fear of contradiction. All political parties in South Africa, except the EFF, are white controlled. The same goes to MK, by the way. Yeah, they're white controlled. So, once a motion is put and the Israelis call PA, let's go this way. They call ACDP this way. They call DA this way. Holomisa this way. Bosa, Musima Imani this way. I mean, the biggest fund of Musima Imani is that woman who used to own Hilton Hotel here in Santana. I forgot the name. So, all of them, they can just be told, we are all moving this way. And you can see those Mapantiti, they don't have any principle. And they don't pretend. They tell you, now we go where we're eating. If there is no eating, we are not going. So if we realize this thing, if they realize this thing is collapsing, they are going to move to the site where there is eating. So they don't even they are not pretentious about it. So the GNU has completely failed. The GNU effectively has collapsed. To just be told that, no, we're still together, GNU is still there. If you are there, why can't you pass the budget? So the inability to pass the budget, it's a confirmation that the GNU has collapsed. They are still managing each other. But there will come a point where one of them will have to take a decision.
Now, what breaks my heart there is that if a motion of no confidence comes against the president and the EFF feels like, okay, we are not going to vote for the ANC, and we are not going to vote against the ANC, so we are just going to fold our arms. Remember, if you don't vote for people and you abstain, you are basically voting against them. For me, that's what it means. The EFF basically is saying we would rather have a white president than deal with the arrogance of the ANC for much longer. And the ANC is saying, well, that's fine with us, as long as the next president is not you. You can take us out. You can put the DA in. It's fine. As long as the next president is not MK and it's not EFF. That's where the ANC is standing. We will not share this power with another black political party. We can abuse these small little parties that are there. We can play with the PA, UDM, Good Party, BOSA, IFP, and all of those parties. But we are not going to share power with EFF or MK. We will rather deal with the bus of our political space. That is what the ANC is doing. Now you are forcing the mighty EFF to be in a space where they fold their arms, and they did in the metros. They did in the metros. In some instances, voting with the DA to kick out the ANC, to show the ANC that you guys, we told you, stop this arrogance of yours. If you don't stop, we will abstain and we will not vote, and you guys will lose the vote. The ANC does not want to listen. What are we going to do as African people? It's coming. It's a possibility in 2029. It's not something that is impossible. It's a high possibility. If the DA can play its cards properly, the Democratic, if they can bring the PA in their side, bring the IFP in their side, bring Good and bring Action SA, and we're talking about BOSA in their side. The possibility of having the first white, and it's not through merit, remember. It's not through majority like South Africans in their entirety voted for DA 50 plus 1%. It's through the back door, through coalition. That is what we're going to find ourselves facing in 2029. 2026 local elections are going to give us a big indicator as to what 2029 is going to happen. Listen to me very carefully. What you're going to see in 2026 is probably few percentages close to what we're going to see in 2029. Should people stay alive? Should people stay alive? What you're going to see in 2026 is what you're going to see in 2029. I don't see much difference happening after 2026. 2027 is going to fly like nobody's business. And 2028 will be campaigning time. And then I'm telling you, whoever is going to improve, like for example, if EFF in 2026 gets 10%, 11%, expect that somewhere in 2029, add 2% left or 2% right, and that is where they're gonna land. If the MK lands at 17%, 15%, in 2029, just add 2% north or south, that's where they're gonna land. The same with the DA. If they land at 20%, 22% next year in the local election, just add 2% either way, that's where the ball is going to roll to. That's where the dice is going to roll to, excuse me. So that's what I'm feeling. So we're going to have a coalition government once again in 2029. We're going to have it. And the possibility of the DA and white monopoly capitalists buying the other political parties, flushing them with serious millions. I'm talking about serious 300 million, 400 million, $500 million. 1 billion rand, just so that we can have a white president in South Africa once again. The possibility is there. So what do you guys think about what Julius Malema is saying? And do you think it's a good tactic for an African party to fold its arms and say, because my fellow African brother is arrogant and does not want to listen to voice of reason from us, I'm going to fold my arms, and the colonizer, our enemy, our number one enemy together is going to win, and I am okay with it. Do you think that's a good strategy? I understand when it's done at metros. I understand when it's done at wards. I understand when it's whatever. I understand. But when it's done at a level of presidency, that's the EFF. How? Because once the DA gets power and sticks there as president, I'm telling you, they are not going to let go. There is nothing that is going to remove them again there. That's the day where you will start seeing the Constitutional Court changing laws. The human rights courts everywhere. You will just see the courts all of a sudden being happy with changing acts and changing clauses and everything from our constitution. That's what we will see. You tell me what you think, guys. Let me go and listen more to what Julius Malema was saying. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until we meet again, don't forget to pray. But after you pray, stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace and Pan-Africanism. I salute you.